America is spiritually Rome all over again. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go back. This is Daniel chapter 3. I'm gonna start at verse Daniel chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 3 again. For it says, and four great beasts came up from the sea, diverse one from another. The first was like a lion, and the eagle, and had eagle wings, man. And I beheld until the wings thereof were plucked, and it was lifted up from the earth, and made and made stand upon the feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it, man. All right, so that lion represents Babylon, man. All right, represents Babylon, Shalakia. Going to the Babylon Empire, which is the first kingdom that came from that fourth beast. Verse 5, and behold, another beast, a second like to a bear, which when you go into the bear, it represents Persian. All right. It says, and it rise up itself on one side, and it had 3 ribs. All right, and that 3 ribs were going into the Babylonians, Lydia, and the Medes. All right, because from Babylon to the Persians and the Medes. It says, in the mouth of it, between the teeth of it, and they said thus until it rise and devour much flesh, man. All right. So I'm gonna keep going. Salices. You know what I'm saying, man? All right, so I'm gonna keep going, man. So this go to verse 6. And after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leopard, which is going into Alexander. All right, Alexander, which had upon the back of it 4 winds, which going into the Diadochi. All right, the 4 generals under Alexander, which is Seleucus, Ptolemy, Antiochus, and Seleucus. If I'm saying the name right, Seleucus, Seleucus, Seleueus, if I'm saying his name correctly. And go down to verse 7. And after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, all right, and stood, Shalakia, because during the Alexander was the Greek Empire, so this going into the Roman Empire, all right. It says, and after this I saw in the night vision, and behold, a 4th beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had iron, and it had great iron teeth. It's talking about Rome. And it devoured and brake in pieces, and stamped the and it says devour and break in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. All right, and that going into the EU, man. All right, and I consider that going to the EU. So now so from all those different kingdoms, from Babylon to the Persians and the Medes, and from the Persians and the Medes to Greek, to all the way up to Rome, to all the way up to now, man, with the EU and that little horn, which going into America, man. All right, and now we coming into the end of Edom kingdoms, come to the end of these kingdoms. All right, that Daniel saw all these future prophecies which done passed. All right, now we to the end of it, to where the Lord is finna bring in and usher in his kingdom, man, by taking out this modern day kingdom, which is America. All right, and it says, verse 8, and I considered the horns, and behold, there came up amongst them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, in the horn were Shalakia. And it says, were three of the first horns plucked up by the roots, and behold, in the horn were eyes like the eyes of men, and a mouth spake with great things. All right, and that's talking. When you go into that with the little horn, it's French, Great Britain, and Spain, which going into America, man. All right, because America is that little horn. So now we're at the end of all these different kingdoms, man, that've been established upon this earth. All right, and we're in that age now, at the bottom of the feet of the statue, man. All right, and the Lord is going to send that great millstone. All right, that great millstone, that rock. All right, to come up upon this last kingdom. Let me get this, which is that represents Yahweh Shai, man. All right, our rock of defense. Let me get that real quick. Let's see if I get it. See if I can see that real quick. It's like it's I'm gonna go right here. And Daniel's all right here. This is Daniel's chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 32 again, going into the verse 33, my point, to make my point. It says, this image head was of fine gold, which was Babylon, his breast and his arms of silver, which go into the Persians and the Medes, his belly, it says Shalakia, his belly and his thighs of brass, all right, of brass was going into Greece, and it says his legs of iron and his feet part of iron and part of clay, Shalakia, it says thighs of brass, that's Greece, and it says irons, legs of iron, which is Rome, Shalakia. And his feet of iron and part clay that go into the EU. The NATO and EU, Shalakia. And then when you go to right here in verse 34, it says, thou sawest until a stone was cut out without hands, and that stone represents Yahweh Shai, man. All right, which is cut out without hands, that's going to take down this kingdom, this modern day kingdom today, which is America, man. All right, which is spiritually Rome, man, which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt, man. All right, he's going to be the one to take down this kingdom. It says, and thou sawest until a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image. All right, all these kingdoms, man. All right, because Yahweh Shai is kings of kings. So all these different kingdoms that were established on the earth, he's going to be the one that basically cut it off, man. And it says, without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, and that word of iron and clay, and break them to pieces, man. All right, and that's the one that's going to come back to break this modern day kingdom into pieces. Yahweh Shai, man, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, to destroy this modern day kingdom. All right, all these different prophecies had to come to pass. All right, the Babylonians, the Persians, and the Medes. All right, Greeks, the Romans. All right, now we up to NATO and EU. All right, you know what I'm saying, and dealing with America, man. So all these kingdoms had to come be established until the real kingdom that's not going to come into play and take all these kingdoms down, which is Yahweh Shai, man. Because right here, it says right here in Daniel chapter 2, I'm going to skip down verse 44, and the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom. All right, and what's kingdom? The kingdom to come, man. All right, which the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, told us, seek ye first the kingdom. All right, and all these things should be added unto you. What's the kingdom? All right, the kingdom that's going to be established upon this earth, the kingdom of heaven, Yahweh-Shai's kingdom, man. It says, shall the most high of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Talking about the kingdom of Yahweh-Shai. His kingdom is going to be stand forever. It's never going to end. All right, no other nations, once Yahweh-Shai take down this modern day kingdom, all right, that's going to come back with clouds, all right, which is thousands and thousands of chariots. All right, when he come back, he's going to tear down this modern day kingdom. All these kingdoms is gone, man. The history, all of them are wiped off because it ain't going to be no more in remembrance, man. All right, it's gonna, the only thing that's going to be popping is the kingdom of Israel, man, Yahweh-Shai's kingdom. All right, and you can read about it in the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, man, how the kingdom going to be. All right, when you go in the book of Revelation, it's talking about how the kingdom, the roads is going to be as gold, man. This kingdom that's going to be established on this earth is going to be beautiful. All right, because Yahweh-Shai is going to destroy this kingdom. He's going to destroy this kingdom, man. He's going to destroy this kingdom, man. That's the beautiful part about it. That it's going to be a kingdom that's going to be established on this earth, and that's going to never be destroyed, man. All right, the kingdom of Yahweh-Shai. All right, and we up next. That's why the Lord said Esau is the end of the world, which is we are at the end of his rulership. All right, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow, man. All right, which is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We the next one to be ruled, man. All right, and these heathens, these other nations like China and Russia, they think they're gonna rule next after they destroy America. All right, but they're not. All right, the kingdom of Israel is gonna be established, man. That's why these heathens imagine a vain thing. All right. Let me go right here. This is get this real quick. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 1. Why do the heathens rage and the people imagine a vain thing? So these people imagine a vain thing that America gonna go on forever. All right, these other nations that's gonna take that's at war with America, they think they're gonna be in rulership and rule forever. These people imagine a vain thing. But what I just read, that a kingdom that will never be destroyed, all right, and that will stand forever, which is Yahweh-Shai's kingdom, all right, that's going to be the kingdom that's going to stand forever, man. All right, Esau got to come out of this, out of his rulership, man, and he is, man. All right, that's why you see the Dow. You see, you've been watching the stocks, watching the economy, and everything. The gas prices down here in Florida finna rise up to $6, man. All right. Things are getting worse here, man. The economy is breaking down, man. This economy is breaking down, man. So these heathens imagine a vain thing, man. They thinking they finna rule forever, but they not. But they're not. I'm gonna skip to verse 4. But he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall have them in derision. So the Lord have these heathens in derision, thinking that they're gonna rule forever, thinking that they got hands on, man. Next up to come the rule. But you see the different transitioning, man. You look over there, you're looking at the economy crashing. You see different economies, all right, starting going with a digital currency, man. Look at Jamaica, right? Jamaica starting to having a digital currency. All right, because the last prophecy, they got to be established upon this earth going into the Paragma. All right, that chip. All right, that Esau want to put in you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and also in everybody's hands, man. Whether you only could pay, buy, only could pay with it, man. All right, they finna do away with these paper notes. So the Lord got these heathens in derision, man. All right, and these devils really think that they're gonna, that their new world order is gonna succeed, that it's gonna be prosperous, but it's not, man. But it's not. Let me keep going. Let me switch it up. Keep that fire. I'm gonna get this. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. It says, he disappointeth the device of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. So the Lord, that's what the Lord finna do with these damn banking elite families, man. They wanna succeed with their new world order by microchipping everyone, man. Which is the charagma going into that word mark in Revelation chapter 13, which means charagma. All right, that new world currency that they trying to push, a digital currency. All right, trying to put it in your hands, but the Lord said what? He disappointeth the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, man. He take up the wise in their own, Shalakia. He take up the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forwarder, Shalakia, the counsel of the forward is carried ahead long. All right, so he taketh the wise in their craftiness. So Esau is not finna succeed with his new world order. All right, he's not about to succeed in his new world order, man. But us prophets, we're not deceived by Satan's devices, man. We know what these damn devils want to do, man. All right, these devils want to put that charagma in everybody. That's why you seeing more digital currency, all right? Because they want to put a you know what I'm saying, chip in, man. So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this real quick, man. All right, because I'm out here for the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to let them know that they are God's chosen people, which are the children of Israel. The Father's true name is Yahweh, and the Son's true name is Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, man. All right, and he's finna bring judgment upon this earth, man. Time to repent, man. All right, these people, especially our people, man, they think it's a game. All right, but I'm gonna keep going. I want to get off focus. Let me see. They just sticking together. Well, I'm just quoted, you know what I'm saying? I'm just quoted, I'm looking for it. I ain't say, but I'm just quoted. All right, the Lord's basically the righteous not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right, we're not ignorant of his craftiness, man. What they trying to do, man. Especially with all these, they want to do away with these gun laws, man. Even the, I think it's the mayor or the man of the state of Florida. He want to do away before he get out of office to where you don't have to have a license to have a firearm, man. All right, he's trying to do away with all that, but all that's going to bring is what? It's going to bring more out of order, all right? Order out of chaos. A lot of people are going to go get these arms, all right? And it's going to be massive different shootings around the earth, man. And that's why you're seeing it now, man, all right? Because the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel, God's chosen people. The Father's true name is Yahweh, and the Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. Those are the names to turn back to and repent, man, all right? And just how like a lot of our people think it's a game and make mockery of the truth, all right, the Lord said he's going to also laugh in your calamity when he bring all hell upon you. Let me get that real quick. Let me get that. He thought that was funny. See, that's wrong with you jakes, man. All right? When y'all see the truth, all right, y'all make mockery of it and y'all think it's funny. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 1, I'm going to start at verse 20. Wisdom cried without, and she uttered her voice in the streets, man. And that's what you see when you see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways pushing out this word, all right? Teaching this word, all right? Because wisdom is crying out in the streets right now. Because the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are God's chosen people, all right? We are the children of Israel, all right? And the Father true name is Yahweh, and the Son true name is Yahweh Shai, man. So it says what? Wisdom cried without, she uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief places of the concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city. She uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge, man. And that's a lot of our people, man. 2/3 of our people. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Y'all hate knowledge. Y'all hate the truth, man. All right, when y'all see men up here on the highways and byways, all right, and brothers around the globe, and brothers that's on the unicorn teaching his word, y'all make mockery of it. All right, but y'all are considered fools because what? Y'all hate knowledge, man. It says, turn you at my reproof, and behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, man. And he's doing that, all right, through the mouth of his prophets. All right, the prophets that you see on the highways and byways, on different social media platforms, standing on the streets with Bibles and teaching, man. All right, because the Lord said, what? My ways are not your ways, neither are your thoughts, man. All right, them so-called pastors that y'all try to go to in these hell houses, all right, those not the true men of the Lord, man. All right, because they got a 501c3 charter, man. Basically, a gag order, man, to keep the truth from you Israelites, so-called Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. All right, to keep you from the truth. All right? So the Lord is making his word known unto you through the mouth of his prophets, man. All right, and we out here on the highways and byways, man, teaching. All right, on the internet, doing lessons, uploading lessons on a unicorn, man. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's why we're not going to be pushing the corner anymore, man. That's why we don't fear we don't fear what you damn devils will do to us and scoff, man. We don't fear y'all scoffing, man. I want to find this real quick. All right, this is Amos chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 10. They hate of him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speak uprightly, man. And that's how these people is in this society, especially you 2/3, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all hate the true men of the Lord, man. All right, y'all can be seeing this on the street. Y'all make mockery, y'all laugh, man. But once again, the Lord said what? Every idle word shall be held accountable for in the day of judgment, man. He knows that y'all hearts was wicked back then, and he knows that y'all hearts are still wicked now, man. All right, y'all think it's a game, y'all think it's funny, man. To mock at the truth. But that shows y'all spirit. Y'all hate the men, all right, that speak uprightly, all right, that's prophesying unto y'all, that's telling y'all that the kingdom is for us, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. But it's cool and dandy. All right, I'm gonna get another precept before I go back to Romans. Okay. This is Romans chapter 11. I'm gonna start at verse 7. What then? Israel have not attained of that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded, man. So the elect have attained it. We have attained this truth, Lord. Whether I pray, one of the hopeful elect, or one of the 1/3, just a believer that's believing in this truth, man. All right, we have attained this truth. All right, and that's what you're going to fail to realize, that this truth is only for the elect. Salvation is only for the elect, man. Even though that all Israel is going to be saved, but in this time, in this age, all right, the elect is for the elect, man. All right, and the rest, it says what? I'm reading one more time. What then? Israel have not attained of that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded. So 2/3 of our people have been blinded. All right, been blinded by this wine that Esau pour out, man. They have been drunk with these philosophies over here in Babylon, man, spiritually Babylon. And the Lord gave them a strong delusion, just like he gave a delusion to these heathens, thinking that they gonna rule up next, man. Thinking that they gonna be they gonna rule in the kingdom next, when they not. All right. So I'm gonna go back to Proverbs. So this back in Proverbs chapter 1, I'm gonna start at verse 23. Turn you at my reproof, and behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, man. So the Lord have stretched out his hand. And how he's doing it? with his prophets, man. All right, he's stretching out his hand through his prophets, man. Teaching his word, uploading the video, man. Because what the scripture says, my sheep should hear my voice. If y'all hear the men of the Lord out there on the highways and byways prophesying in spirit and truth, all right, and you hear the word and you start to believe, you are considered the Lord's sheep, man. You start to put off the old man, you start to put on a new man. All right, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes, calling upon the name of the Lord in spirit and truth. All right, you are one of the Lord's sheep. It says, but those that regard it, all right, you're not of the Lord's sheep, man. All right, it says, because I have called and ye refused, and I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. And that's 2/3 of my people. Y'all still not regarding it. It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear come as a desolation, and your destruction come as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, man. That's what the Lord is saying to 2/3 of our people, man. That scoff and mock at them true men of the Lord. All right, that's out here on the highways and byways trying to give them the truth. Trying to tell them that the kingdom is meant for you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You Israelites. Telling y'all the Father true name, Yahweh and Yahweh, man. But y'all make mockery of y'all laugh. Because y'all hate the men that speak uprightly, man. So the Lord said what? When all hell that he bring upon this earth, when judgment come upon you, he's going to laugh at you and your calamity. He's going to mock when your fear come up, man. All right?